YouTube, what is going on? It is your boy RonReal, aka Double R, back in the building, back with another video, back with another banger. Today we're going to be starting a very crucial series, the first of its kind in the cigar community. This will be this year's 2020 Cigar Madness, baby. I'm telling you, we're taking 16 of some of the best cigars around the world. We're going to match them up. We got 1 month to decide a champion. Y'all sit back and stay tuned. All right, guys, I want to formally welcome you to the 2020 Cigar Madness tournament. It's going to be a great tournament. We got a lot of really good cigars in here. So, hey, y'all, sit back, get your popcorn ready, get your cigars, whatever you got going on. You're not going to want to miss this show, man. I want to give a huge shout out to my Perfecto brother, Don. All the cigars in this tournament were provided by myself, and the Cubans that you'll see in this tournament and the Opus X BBMF was all provided by Don. So Don, I really appreciate that, man. So with that being said, man, the first matchup that you guys are going to be witnessing will be a number 2 seed versus a number 3 seed. The 2 seed is made by our good buddy Nick Melillo over there at Foundation Cigars. We got the Güegüense Lancero, which comes in as a 7.5 or a 7.5 by 40 ring gauge, and this will be paired up against our number 3 seed, the world-renowned Cohiba Robusto, which comes in at 4 7/8 in length, and it comes in at a 50 ring gauge. Cohiba's probably the most known name in, you know, cigar culture, the cigar community. Cohiba, people that don't even smoke cigars know what Cohiba is. So, hey, I'm really looking forward to this. We're gonna get into the Cohiba first, and then we'll get into the Güegüense. Looking at the Cohiba, got some tight and visible seams on it. It's not very toothy, but there are some like really light, almost looks like when bleach hits clothing. It has some light spots on it. Got some present veins, but nothing too crazy. Still a very nice looking cigar. Has a nice, large, neat triple cap on it. And I mean, as you guys probably will know, this is a Cuban Puro, and the Güegüense is a Nicaraguan Puro. So really looking forward to smoking these both against each other. Take this a little off the top. Now, Cohibas are really known, as most Cubans are, they're really known with their draws being very hit or miss. So I'm really hoping that the draw on this one is good, because I would hate for something to have the right flavors, but the draw is just, you know, creating a problem, thus getting it kicked out of the tournament. So, but Cohibas are really synonymous with, you know, being known with having very inconsistent draws, as with most Cubans. But when they're on their A game, they're there, but when they're bad, they're bad. Draws a little on the tight side, but I think we're gonna still be able to make it work. A little bit of a cinnamon, kind of a tea flavor on that cold draw. Now this is one of the more popular cigars. This one scored very well a couple years ago on Cigar Aficionado's top 25 list. Use one more match. The Siglo 6 is also a very popular Cohiba too, so I can already tell that's gonna have some good flavor on it. This is starting out very good. Tea, heavy tea, cedar is there. Slight creaminess already. It's off to a very good start. So I'll get through this first third, let you guys know flavor, stuff like that, full breakdown, and y'all hang tight and stay tuned. All right, you guys, so it's always a huge sigh of relief for me when Cubans end up having a very good draw, because there's nothing like smoking a cigar when the flavors are really good and it's just very hard to get them because the draw is very tight. I'm here to say that this Cohiba Robusto is performing phenomenally. The draw and the burn are both excellent. Flavors are all over the place, but they're very good. Started out with a lot of heavy cedar and tea, a light cream. Well, that cedar's kind of morphed into an oakiness. There's also been a soft vanilla in there, some almonds. The transitions and the complexity of this thing are very, very good. I would say the body of the cigar, the draw is making it very easy for me to control how much I want, how much smoke I need, and just, you know, everything's going very, very good. I'd say the strength also is around a medium, and I would say the flavors are a medium, just a very good medium cigar. This is the epitome of a Cuban cigar. When somebody hands you a Cuban cigar and they want you to experience what Cuba has to offer, this is it. So burn line's been going good. You know, barring a major setback, this is gonna be above a 90 easy, y'all. So I'll keep on smoking, get through the second, third. So y'all hang tight and stay tuned. All right, making our way through this second, third. Cigar has still been performing flawlessly. Excellent construction, excellent flavors. Complexity's been all over the place, which I'm a huge fan of. Hey, this is an elite showing by the Cohiba Robusto. I can't say that any other way. This has been elite. Try to get this wrapper off. Everything has stayed around the same as far as flavor, body, and strength. All of them are staying around a medium. Before we get a little bit further into the cigar, I want to formally introduce the lineups and what's going to be going on. So in the tournament, I did 1 through 4 seeds. So there's 4 1 seeds, 4 2 seeds, 4 3 seeds, and 4 4 seeds. So I'll just go through these matchups. So the first matchup is the Behike 52 versus the Aganorsa Signature Selection. Then we had, or the Behike is the number 1 seed. The Aganorsa Signature Selection is a 4 seed. The next matchup will be a number 2 seed, which will be the Monte Cristo number 2. And then that'll be against the number 3 seed, the Oliva Serie V Milanio. Then we have another 1 seed, the Opus X BBMF versus the number 4 seed, the Drew Estate Liga number 9. Then we have a number 2 seed, the Padron Family Reserve 50th Anniversary, and that will be going against the number 3 seed, the My Father Lee Bijou. We have the number 1 seed, Padron 1926 80th Anniversary, and that'll be going against the number 4 seed, Espinosa Laranja Oscuro. Then we have the number 2 seed, Fuente Añejo 77. Most people know, or most people refer to it as the Shark. And then we have it against the number 3 seed, the Plasencia Alma Fuerte. Then we have a number 1 seed, Davidoff Late Hour, and that'll be going against the number 4 seed, Southern Draws Jacob's Ladder. And then this round that we're doing now is the number 2 seed, the Güegüense versus the number 3 seed, Cohiba Robusto. So we got representation from all over the world, all different flavor profiles, all different size cigars. We tried our best to come up with just a very, very big variety of cigars that just show a representation of how good things can be from all over the world. We got Cuba, Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, Connecticut broadleaf, Pennsylvania broadleaf, Habano, just anything you could think of, we tried to put it in there. So those are going to be the lineups for this year's tournament. Of course, we'll be doing the Cigar Madness every year. Cigars will be changing up all over the place, so you just never know what you might see. This has been a great cigar. Still got about probably another 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so, but I'll run through the numbers because like I was telling you guys, this is already an elite showing. For the Cohiba Robusto, for flavor, I gave it an 18 out of 20, the draw a 20 out of 20, the burn a 20 out of 20, complexity a 18 out of 20, and a strength of 16 out of 20, which is going to give this an overall score of a 92 out of 100. Very good showing by Cohiba. The Güegüense's got his hands full if it wants to take this out of the game. So hey, with that being said, we're gonna swap over, get to smoking this Güegüense, and we'll see who wins this first matchup. All right, very good showing by the Cohiba Robusto. Man, this Güegüense has his hands full. That Cohiba Robusto, 92 out of 100. Very excellent showing. Was dialed completely in. Now, we'll talk about this Lancero hybrid is what I call it. True Lanceros are 7x38s. This one here is a 7.5x40. Made by Foundation Cigars over there with Nick Melillo, doing some great things. I love this cigar, but it's not about if I love it or not. It's all about how it performs today at this moment. We're gonna look it over. This is a Nicaraguan Puro. Very tight and visible seams. It's got some toothiness to it, but not a whole lot. I really love these wrappers, man, because they have these little black spots in there. It just kind of gives it a little rustic look. Very nice, very nicely packed. Not a lot of soft spots in it. Has a very nice triple cap to it. So with that being said, we'll cut it up and get into it. Again, like Cubans have a bad history with being, or with having bad draws, Lanceros can have that too, just because it's such a small vitola. So hopefully this one will draw well. Starting out kind of like the Cohiba did. Draws a little tighter than would normally like, but we'll see once it's lit up how it does. I like earthy on the cold draw. As I've stated before, the good thing about Lanceros is it usually doesn't take long to light them because they're so small. Draw's gonna be just fine. So I'm getting some earth on this. There's a savory quality almost, kind of. There's a savory quality. I can't really put my finger on it, but it tastes very good though. So we will get into this first third, let you guys know what's going on, so y'all hang tight. All right, so we're pretty much getting through the first third. As you guys see, the burn line and everything has been going very good. Flavor started out from, it was very earthy and had like a savory quality. Almost tasted a little bit like meat for the first inch of the cigar. Then it just kind of shifted over a little bit. It went to the earth flavors, and then it got to a soft milk chocolate, which was very nice. The finish is nice and long on it. The milk chocolate, there was like a little bit of a shortbread flavor in there too. But I'm afraid that even though when I first lit the cigar, I didn't think it was gonna be a problem, but the draw has kind of hindered the experience. It's not unsmokable, but I'm having to pull on the cigar way too hard to get any kind of smoke production going. Like I was just saying, it's just really hindering the experience of the cigar, which is kind of unfortunate because I've smoked a lot of these, especially in this size in the past, and they're always in the low to mid 90s. But you know, when I look at these numbers, I don't know if it's gonna get there, just because the draw alone is gonna push the score back so much. So we'll keep smoking through this second third, see if anything changes, and that's pretty much it. So I'll see y'all in the second third. All right, so we're working our way through this second third. Flavors have still been pretty enjoyable. Still getting some oak wood dominance. Milk chocolate is still on the finish. Even at times there's a little bit of a sunflower kind of quality to it. I just wish the draw was a little better. It's really hindering the experience, and I'm afraid that the draw is gonna push the score down so far that it's just not gonna be close to the Cohiba Robusto. But we still got some cigar left, so I'll be fair, and we're gonna play all the way until the clock says 0. So I will get through this back end of this second third, get through this last third, give you guys some numbers, and we'll come up with our winner for the first round. All right, so we're working our way through this last third. The oak wood kind of shifted to a hickory, then it shifted back to an oak wood. Black peppers kind of came into the picture. It's been around the whole cigar, but it was just an undertone, so it wasn't really enough for me to even really mention. But this last third has definitely kicked in. I think with the heat, it kind of opened up the cigar a little bit too. The draw is a lot better now, but it's almost a little bit too late in the game for it. You know, it's the fourth quarter, man. It's a little bit too late to try to start scoring now. The draw definitely affected the whole experience, which is really unfortunate because the complexity and the flavor of this cigar was definitely there. With this Cigar Madness, I may end up putting the prices of the cigars down in the description, but I won't talk about them here while the matchups are going on. And that is for the particular reason, for me personally, when I rate a cigar, I try not to mention the price of a cigar, because if we're doing a cigar review, the price of it shouldn't matter. I look at it almost to the effect of, if I were to take the bands off of the cigars and put them on the table and just pick them up and smoke them, I'm just rating the cigar for the cigar, not the price of the cigar. So that's why I typically don't factor price into the cigar review, because I feel like it would be unfair. So with that being said, at the same time, if I'm smoking a $20 or $30 cigar and I feel like it's underperforming, then I will mention it. But there's a lot of cigars that are $4, $5, $6 that are good. There's a lot of cigars that are $12 to $20 that are good. So I just want to rate the cigar solely off of the cigar without the price being mentioned. But again, I probably will link the prices for certain, you know, some of you guys will want to know still the price of the cigar, just in case this sounds like something you may be interested in. The cigar ended up pretty much being a medium all the way through. I would say the body of the smoke increased a little bit towards the lighter side of medium to full, but we'll give you guys some numbers. I gave the flavor an 18 out of 20. The draw got a 12 out of 20. This is one of those things that if it would have been a 17 or 18, we could have had a very, very close game with that Cohiba Robusto, but a 12 out of 20 for the draw. The burn the whole time has been very, very good. The construction has been great. No touch-ups, no relights, so the burn will get a 20 out of 20. The complexity is a 17 out of 20. I feel like the flavors were constantly changing. There were some new things being placed in, some things being taken out. I always reward a cigar for complexity. And the strength is a 16 out of 20. which will give this overall score 83 out of 100. So if you can do the math, the Cohiba Robusto won very easily in this first matchup. So kudos to Foundation Cigars and Nick Melillo. Just wasn't your day today. And that's another thing I want to mention. We got some Padrones in here, Opus X, Fuente, a lot of high-end stuff. If they don't perform well, they're not going to move on. Even if 9 out of 10 times they're going to be great cigars, this might be the one time that it doesn't perform. So I don't want to show any bias just because the company is something that we're used to seeing performing very well. Foundation is normally a home run, but the draw on this one just hurt it really bad. So we got the Cohiba Robusto defeating the Güegüense. This was the first round matchup. Also, if you guys would like to support the channel, you guys know I'll post links on the bottom for my Patreon, which is RonRealTV. I also have Cash App and PayPal if you guys want to contribute to the channel as well. This has been the first matchup of Cigar Madness 2020. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We got a lot more in store for you guys, a lot of crazy matchups going. And with that being said, you already know the name of the game: relaxation and enjoyment. And remember to be driven, never motivated. We'll catch y'all on the next tournament matchup.